Good morning, everyone. Today I'm gonna give you an update on the van. It's my friend Diego here.
Nice to meet you.
So, check this out. The floor is completely finished. We put layers of Armaflex, 2 centimeters, and in total this floor ended up having 5 centimeters with some laminate wood on top. But I got really good quality ones, so it looks very good and it feels very warm. I finished the desk. This desk is the working desk for me, and I can move this little thing under and connect it, and then I can work on it to work on my laptop, so I can do work on the road. I decided to take my tree with me because if I left him alone in Amsterdam, he would probably not make it, and he has been a very good companion. He even wears his seatbelt every time we drive. Now the bed extension I told you about is also ready. So as you can see, I improvised it with some wood from basically the garbage, the trash. So what happens is these go down, these legs go down and click back in. I bought these at Hornbach, the little metal parts, and they connect straight to the aluminum of the bed, which I showed you in the previous video. And then when I'm alone, I sleep this way in the van. It's about 1.80 meters. And when I have a friend over, when I'm traveling with someone like Diego over there, then I extend this. I put pillows on top, 2 pillows. They click in with the Velcro here and here. And then you have basically a king size bed, 2 meters by 180. Another thing I've worked a lot on and have finished are the shelves. I made these 2 shelves from scratch. This way I can put my clothing up here and my toiletry and all sorts of other things. I can put my electronics. I have somewhere hidden here my light. That's nice. And on the other side I made the exact same thing. Like I said in the previous video, I want to follow the symmetric design for the van, because this way I can make use of both doors, since the van has doors on both sides. Up here in the front, I made a cut in the metal, in the shield that came with the van. And what I plan to do is I plan to close this edge with something softer, so when you touch it, it doesn't hurt you. It's already sanded, so it doesn't hurt anyway. But it's nicer, it will look nicer with an edge, kind of like this one here. Now the reason I did this is because when I work and I lift the desk, I can see outside. And if it's warm enough like it is now, I can also look outside on all sides. So it's a very nice office space with my tree centerpiece. What this also allows me to do, having this cutout here, is I can park the car, and without leaving the van, I can enter in the back. Just easily just slide in, and then I can just go right to sleep. Now on top of the wood, on top of the laminate floor, what I did is I put some facts that I got from my favorite coffee place in Amsterdam, which is of course Baba in Oost or East, depending on whether you speak Dutch. And they were kind enough to just give me their empty coffee sacks, which are each from different countries. So I have Ethiopia. So it's Ethiopia, I have Peru, and I have Brazil, and yeah, they are very, very, very good for carpets. This right here is the heater I bought, which I will be returning. This is the original Mr. Heater from the United States. As you can see, in Europe you kind of need to improvise the gas because it doesn't fit all the sizes and you can't always find the right size, which is that style. The biggest problem with this heater is that in order to have it on, it consumes oxygen in your space. As long as you have a carbon monoxide detector, that's okay because it has an oxygen depletion sensor on it. But the biggest downside is that as it burns through your gas, the cylinder here, or one of these, it doesn't matter, I tried with different proportions of propane and butane, it starts freezing and then the gas heater stops working. I don't know if this is a problem for everyone. My solution has been to heat up some water and then I put the cylinder in some lukewarm water, and that helps it so it doesn't stop. It's a bit of a hassle having to always heat up water before you use your heater. What I also got is a refrigerator, which I placed underneath my bed. Now this fridge is special because it's made by a friend in Barcelona. And what he does is he takes normal fridges from the store and he converts them to 12 volts. So this fridge was originally 220 volts. My friend took it, converted it to 12 volts and sold it to me. Instead of paying 800 euros for a fridge from Dometic or other brands like Isotherm, I went for this and I'm helping my friend out, and it's I think the normal price is about 400 euros. It's a really good advice I can give you. If you need more info, let me know. Now, having to leave Amsterdam in a hurry meant that I wasn't able to finish all my installation and I wasn't able to get as much done as I would have liked to. But on the bright side, I did manage to get a folding bicycle, and I traveled together with a friend from Amsterdam, so we were able to fit under this bed I showed you in the previous video. We were able to fit 2 bicycles side by side, and this made our trip very nice. We parked outside the city and then we drove from the parking spot anywhere in the city without having to pay anything and without having to worry about paying for parking or parking in the city center with a van, which can be quite difficult. So I had to basically get a lot of plastic boxes like this. Here I have my hardware, here I have parts for food, and there I have other utensils. So it's a good quick solution, but I think in the end what I will do is I will build a structure made of wood underneath with some drawers. This way I can have all my stuff properly organized and it will look much nicer than the plastic. One thing I'm very proud about is the fact that I finally got the entire electrical system done. And I did this on the road. I wasn't able to finish it in Amsterdam, so I took all the cables and parts and connectors and devices, and I connected them all together on the way, where I found time and where I found the tools that I needed. Let me show you. So this is my lithium battery. Maybe you have seen it before. I have the connections done here. I have the solar charger there that goes to the roof, like I showed you last time. And as you can see, very many cables got added, and these will be hidden behind the wood in the final finish of the van. But for now, they are visible. I added 3 sockets, 2 on each side of the bed, so that if 2 people travel, they can have 1 socket there and 1 socket there, so everyone can charge their phone or laptop at the same time. They are thick enough to be used with a laptop. So I have also 72-watt chargers on each one of them, so you can charge your laptop. If your laptop has USB-C, you can easily charge it with the 72-watt car chargers. So part of my electrical system is the fridge. I added some lights here in the back for when I work under the bed. I connected them to the bed frame itself. So this is how it looks. The other thing I have are the electrical sockets. Like I said, I put 2 in the back and 1 in the front, so that when I work at the desk I can charge my laptop directly there without having to extend very far with the USB-C cable. The fan is also connected to the electrical system, to the solar power. I also added spotlights, which work marvelously, and they're LED. Complete improvisation. I found them on a hunch. So I added this switch right here next to the window, which I think blends in quite well with the window. I turn it on, spotlights turn on. I can shoot something at night so you can see how brilliant it looks at night. It's absolutely amazing. I'm really happy with the lighting system. The first thing I got to try when I finished my electrical system was the fan. And after working so much on installing the solar panel and the lithium battery and connected all the parts together behind all of the wood, the last thing I wanted to see is the fan not working. Well, luckily, as I turned it on, it came to life. Perfect. It works perfectly. I have no complaints. This is one of the best parts of the van. It brings fresh air in and it takes out hot air if you need to. And as you can see, it can go very powerful. Now the general theme of my van is round corners and no plastic. My biggest aim was to not have any plastic in the van. Of course, because I had to rush, I have all of these black plastic boxes, but soon enough I will build a wooden structure that will avoid using any plastic. So the desk I made has round corners that I cut myself with a jigsaw, or in Dutch a decoupierzaag. The shelves I made are also very round and they're very smoothly finished. I had to do it all manually. Even the box I bought a box from Action made of bamboo, and I completely redid all the corners so that they're round. And as I continue the van, I will continue making round corners and making it more welcoming. I think having wood and not having any plastic makes your home a lot more welcoming and a lot more sustainable. In keeping with the plastic-free theme, for the trash I got a little wooden basket. It's a woven basket. It's nice and nice to the touch, and it looks good with the rest of the van. What will happen next is I will finish the insulation. I had to ship my Armaflex all the way from Amsterdam to where I am. And I will finish insulating all the metal. Because what you don't realize when you insulate is that if you don't cover every single piece of internal metal, the cold gets in very, very fast. You have the heater on for 10 minutes and 10 minutes later it's just as cold as it was before you turned it on. I cannot emphasize this more. Make sure to insulate everything if you're gonna go to a country where temperatures go below 10 at night. And make sure you look at how temperatures are at night, not just during the day. After insulating, I will add wood over the insulation, similar to what I did with the ceiling. Very thin layer of wood, which makes the ceiling look very good. And then I put some, it's called bites in Dutch. I think it's just a protective layer for the wood. I put 2 layers on it and it looks very nice. It looks darker than I wanted it, but in the end I really like this shade of brown. You might have been wondering what these 2 rolls are right here. So what these are, they are cork rolls. And what I will do with cork is I will cover the areas that are very round of the car So instead of using the wood, which cannot bend too much, it can bend but not too much, I will use cork for the corners. And cork has very good insulation properties, and it's a very sustainable material. One roll like this, which is 5 meters by half a meter by 4 millimeters, costs about 18 euros only. What I also wanted to show you are the parts that I have for relaxing outside on a sunny day, which is what you want to do most of the time when you're traveling with the van. So it's important to make all parts of your van also be usable outside. So I bought this stove. This stove is certified for being used indoors and outdoors. It has a flame detector system, so if the wind blows off the flame, then it stops the gas flow, so it's safe for use indoors. I have this bamboo table, which I fully recommend. We have used it so many times, we can't even remember. And we have these chairs made of wood. Very simple chairs, very comfortable chairs. I use them either outside for situations like this, when we just want to have breakfast or have coffee in the sun or have a beer in the sun, or when I need to work inside, I get the chair, put the pillow on, and I work on my desk. In the continuous pursuit to have as little plastic as possible in the van, I also decided to get rid of my plastic containers, and I bought this woven basket, and it holds all my food in it. As you can see, now we have a little bit too much food, but we'll be eating it soon and the basket will fit again. For 2 people, you might need 2 of these baskets. In the next video, I will show you how I've done my walls, how I've closed them with wood. I will show you how I will build here the stove, the little mini stove that I will make, and there I will build a mini sink, which will have a shower integrated in it to shower outside. And I will show you how the entire van looks when it's all put together.